In this series, we're taking on Japanese seafood from north to south, from the bustling crab markets of Sapporo all the way to the oyster farms of Hiroshima.
We've got like a pile of oysters right here.
Japan is a country obsessed with seafood.
I love seafood.
In fact, it's one of the top consumers of seafood around the world.
Tokyo, I would wager to guess, probably has more variety of fish than any other city in the world. Would you agree with that?
Half the seafood here is caught by hardworking fishermen, hauling in Japan's premium wild catch.
Oh, wow.
And the other half is farmed, raised under the watchful eye of researchers who have turned aquaculture into an art form.
This place is processing up to 30,000 eels per day. They're turning these slippery, slimy creatures into something absolutely delicious.
From ocean waters and farms, this seafood changes hands to chefs around the country.
Why do people insist on still eating this?
美味しいんですよね。
Because it's yummy.
Chefs who understand that these delicate ingredients can be unforgettable,
It's so good.
or if not prepared properly, can lead to absolute disaster.
This could be my last oyster. I hope it's a good one. Cheers.
From Tokyo's most dangerous seafood dishes
Around 10 people in Australia pass away every year because of getting in contact with this fish.
to shellfish handpicked by 80-year-old Ama Divers.
That is like the poop sack and the snail all in one bite. A lot going on there.
I'm on a mission to reveal how Japan does seafood differently.
What must be done before I eat this?
You must rinse your mouth with sake to cleanse the palate.
Oh, I don't know. It's only 10:08 a.m. Okay.
And it all starts with the most coveted crustacean in the sea, the crab.
Look at this thing. It has like the perfect body armor. They're spiky as heck. Welcome to Sapporo, the capital of Hokkaido, Japan's northernmost main island and a paradise for seafood lovers. This place is famous for its brutal winters, but also some of the best crabs on the planet. All of Japan's most prized crab species can be found here. Hokkaido is responsible for nearly half of Japan's total crab catch, meaning if you're eating crab in Japan, chances are it came from these icy waters. Right now, we've just arrived at a local seafood market, and it's time to find out what's on the menu. Let's move.
If you want to see all of Japan's finest crabs, Sapporo's outer market is the place to be. Here, local chefs and home cooks hunt for the freshest catch. Sure, you can find Japan's infamous Hokkaido scallops and plenty of fish, but me,
Oh, this water is so cold.
I'm here to start the day strong with Japan's premium snow crab.
What a beauty. Take a look at this. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Oh, no, fuck. Oh, no, that was not on purpose. Oh, okay, I got it. Joke's on you, I can't feel my fingers anyways. Now, these snow crabs thrive in the icy waters of the North Pacific and the Sea of Japan, making Hokkaido the perfect place to find and eat these little creatures. Also, these cold, frigid waters are perfect for creating fatty, succulent meat. That's what these guys are known for. This guy right here, $20. Throughout the day today, we're gonna be eating all sorts of iconic Japanese crabs that are especially caught here in Hokkaido. This is gonna be our first one that we're cooking up. Let's get into it.
Before we crack into this crab, let's crack into something a little bit deeper.
I travel the world and eat some truly unique things, but I don't go in blind. I ask questions. I get the story. I try to understand what I'm getting into before I take that first bite. And I do that because context matters. And therapy is the same way. When you're opening up about what's going on in your head, it's not enough just to talk to anyone. You need someone who actually fits, who understands where you're coming from, someone who just gets it. That's what I like about our paid partner, BetterHelp. When I signed up, I answered a few questions about my background and the kind of therapist I wanted to connect with. A couple days later, and I was matched. I didn't have to over-explain myself. I felt comfortable. And once that pressure was off, I could actually focus on the real stuff I came to therapy for. To be honest, like many of you, I put off therapy for a long time, but trust me, it is worth trying, especially when BetterHelp makes it this easy. And if your first match isn't the right fit, you can switch your therapist at no extra cost. So if you've been thinking about therapy, consider this your sign to get started. Visit betterhelp.com/besteverfood or scan the QR code on the screen to get a special discount on your first month, because the right experience begins with the right connection. Now, back to the show.
Just across from the snow crab cellar, Umido, a seafood restaurant known for bringing Hokkaido's best crabs straight from the tank to the table.
Kaya?
Sitting across from me, the winner of Miss Universe Japan 2024, Kaya, but more on her later.
How do you feel about seafood?
I love seafood. It's one of my favorite meals.
How are you with food in general? Are you accepting of trying new things?
I've always been too adventurous to the point my parents get really worried for me.
Do you have an example of too adventurous?
Raw lamb.
Oh.
And I really liked it, and I ordered like 5 pounds of it.
Of raw lamb?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, we're not gonna be doing anything that extreme. This is the snow crab, a crab that is said to be, hold on, I looked it up.
First, the chef breaks down our long-legged friend. He coats the de-shelled crab legs and claws in a dry batter made from baking powder, flour, and salt. Then it's dipped into a wet batter, using the same ingredients but with water added in. Finally, it hits the hot oil for a crispy golden finish.
The snow crab has naturally sweet and a mildly briny flavor, making it less intense than the king crab, but more refined. Do you want to give it a shot?
Cheers.
Wow, that's like dynamite.
I get what they say by elegant. It's doing an elegant dance in my mouth.
It's a little bit crunchy, but really the gem is when you get a hit of that juicy crab. It's sweet, but not harsh.
It's so airy, and I think it complements really well with the fact that it's a tempura.
Tempura, it just means fried, basically, right?
Yeah, around the world, when you think fried, you think deep fried and it's gonna be super coated. You can't even see the ingredient itself. But with tempura, you're still able to see it. It's more watery and transparent, which makes it lighter.
We have the tempura claw right here. We have a bowl just of salt.
Using salt enhances the natural flavor more.
I think the salt brings out even more sweetness.
Yeah.
It's a bigger, thicker, more robust chunk.
Compared to the leg that we just had, it felt more light, and this was more meaty, more tender.
I like it. I've never gone anywhere in Japan and just got a bowl of salt. Usually I'd at least get soy sauce, but for me, the salt, it's working.
Soon, I'll be tasting some of the most prized crabs found exclusively in this island's frigid seas, including Japan's famous hairy crab.
It's so hairy.
But before that, I'm heading back into the cold
Ma'am?
to learn more about what makes Hokkaido's crabs different from anywhere else.
How do you dress in these frigid temperatures to stay warm? Because you are basically outside all day.
それでいいけどもう1枚
Haneda runs a live seafood shop here.
You should wear more layers inside.
How many pants are you wearing?
3枚
3 layers.
I'm wearing exactly one pants. It's not enough pants.
足
I'm excited to be here because this is a new side of Japan for me. I've never been in Japan in the winter, and my God, it gets very cold here, especially in the north.
Sapporo, the snowiest city on Earth, isn't just big on winter activities and downhill skiing. But it's also the crab capital of Japan, where all the best offerings brought from around Hokkaido meet up in one place.
札幌はそうでもないマイナス
I know it's cold here. I was born and raised here, so I got used to it. It goes to -20, so be careful.
Cold, nutrient-rich waters like those surrounding Hokkaido create a perfect ecosystem for crabs, offering abundant food, fewer predators, and ideal temperatures for slow growth, making their meat denser, sweeter, and more flavorful.
How long have you had your stall here?
25年
25 years.
Oh, wow.
Saying goodbye to Haneda, I'm heading back to Umido Restaurant to check off the next crab on our list.
Next to you, the hairy crab. Now, I would like to talk about it, but what would be great is if we had like a visual reference. So I'm thinking maybe you could just grab that crab.
Okay, is it okay to grab it?
Are you asking me or the crab or him?
Tsukiyama Takeru is the representative director of this restaurant.
Hi.
Please.
Alrighty. Here she is, or he.
Oh, all right. That was a little anticlimactic.
In Japan, they're known as kagani, and they can cost up to about $59 per crab.
These are a good crab for holding because they're kind of lazy.
I wonder if it's weak right here, and that's why they need to protect it?
Perhaps its mouth is its weakness, like me.
Hairy crabs like these can weigh up to 3 pounds, and they thrive nearly a decade beneath the cold waters around Hokkaido Sea before they're harvested. To let the crab's true flavors shine through, the cooking process is as straightforward as it gets. Boil it, plate it, and devour it.
This has a strong crab flavor compared to all the other crabs that we have here today. The hairy crab has the most miso in it, which is the brain.
Tell me more about the miso, because miso, as I understand in Japanese, is like a fermented soybean, right?
Yes, because the color and texture is similar
To a typical miso
Yeah, like the
soybean
paste.
paste. Ready?
Yeah.
We have the snow crab. The hairy crab tastes different, and this is what the internet has to say about it. It carries a strong, briny ocean flavor, which makes it highly prized among seafood lovers. Some say it is the most crab-tasting crab. What the hell does that mean?
It might be really strong, like a pungent taste, I'm
I
assuming.
guess so. This body slice looks like a piece of pineapple.
It does, actually.
You can feel the hair underneath.
It's
so hairy.
It smells like crab.
Briny.
Yeah.
This is gonna be our first pure taste of that intense, briny, crab-tasting hairy crab.
Okay, I get it.
I get it too.
It's a lot more saltier than the snow crab that we had before.
It's really good. It's definitely more briny.
I love how it falls apart so easily. It makes it easier to eat.
Have you ever had this before?
No, this is actually my first time.
Because you live in Japan.
I do.
What's going on? Explain.
I don't travel much. That's the problem. I'm from Kobe, so I don't really go out for seafood much with my family.
From here, I think we should move on to the head. Wow.
So good.
It's soft, it's creamy, umami. It's really satisfying. This is not something you're gonna find in every crab, and actually not even something you're gonna find in every hairy crab. They had to find the exact perfect size of crab. They said if the crab was too small, no miso. And they said if it was too big, no miso. I think that's how his accent was. Is that racist yet?
It's okay.
It's okay? Thanks.
I give you the pass.
Okay, good.
Soon I'll come face to face with a crab that can't be found anywhere else on Earth, except right here in Hokkaido, Japan.
One animal from the deep sea wants to mess with this.
But first, I need to tell you more about Kaya, who will be joining me in this series as we sample seafood from Hokkaido to Hiroshima.
You have a very fascinating background, and some people looking at you might be like, is she Japanese? Is she not Japanese? So why don't you explain?
My mom is from Japan and my dad is Bangladeshi. I was born in Detroit, Michigan, actually.
How many years have you been here?
1.5 years.
The other thing I want to talk to you about is you recently won Miss Universe Japan.
2024 Miss Universe Japan, Kaya Chakraborty.
I was able to win and go to Mexico and compete at the Miss Universe pageant.
Oh, so now I get it. It's Miss Universe Japan. You qualify here, and then later you go on to the actual Miss Universe.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think this is going to be a fun learning experience for both of us as we move through the country. But for today, we have a lot more crabs to see.
Let's go.
Inside of here, we have our next crab contender. Let me show you. The water's absolutely freezing like its natural habitat. And this here, folks, is the Hanasaki crab.
Hanasaki crabs can weigh between 1 to 6 pounds.
The Hanasaki crab is a species of spiny king crab, and they're found in eastern Hokkaido in the absolutely freezing, frigid waters.
This beast in my hands cost a cool $267.
So that is the male species, but there's also a female in here, and there's something really special about the female. When you look under the carapace and peel back this section right here, you can see a clutch of eggs. Now, I have so many questions about this. First of all, when I was in Cambodia, we also tried crab with eggs on the outside. These were blue crabs, and when the chef cooked the eggs, prepared them, and gave them to us, they were awful. It was like eating a mesh net. It wasn't food. Texture, terrible. So I got bamboozled. I got tricked into eating something absolutely disgusting. Also, it's not good for the environment because these eggs could become babies. I have a lot of questions for the chef here. What's gonna happen next is he's gonna prepare these eggs into something delicious, apparently.
Today, I'll try both male and female Hanasaki crabs, all prepared by Chef Kudo Tadaharu,
Chef,
the head chef of Tsukiki no Kaniichi.
pleasure to meet you. I'm excited to be here.
ありがとうございます。Thank you. Thank you.
I see in your tank out there, you've got all the crabs of Hokkaido. But I want to know, what is special about the Hanasaki crab?
First up, the female crab, already packed with rich roe, is boiled to perfection.
花咲は
It's a super bright color red that's distinct amongst any other crab. It's super strong in flavor. He said it's so strong, it's best used for making broth with it because it has so much flavor that it could expand to other different areas of food.
Right here, we can see the eggs that he has prepared. Now, I have had this body part before. It tasted kind of grizzly and bony. Is this something that's going to taste good?
美味しいです。
Can we give it a shot?
Aye.
I think we just grab a little small amount. Oh. That's not bad.
It tastes good.
They pop in your mouth. It's not hard and bony. It has a nice taste to it. It has just like a slight gentle brininess. I like that.
この内子。
But he's saying this is what tastes good. This is the eggs that are still inside, and these are the eggs that matured and went out of the body.
It feels like a salted egg yolk in my mouth. It's rich. It tastes a little bit crabby. Again, gentle flavors.
It's mild in the best way possible.
At the same time, I have concerns. Is this something that's sustainable, you think, to be eating crab eggs?
In Cambodia, I saw crabs harvested full of roe just days away from spawning, a practice that threatens future generations. So is it the same story here in Japan?
いやこれこんだけつくんですよね。
They don't think about it, or maybe it's not something that's concerning at the moment.
From his perspective, at least.
From his perspective.
You know, and maybe it's a different story for the crabbers, but I guess the question is, when you go to the market, is it common to see crabs like this that have eggs on them still?
普通じゃない。
It's still not that common, actually.
I guess that's a good thing.
Next, the jumbo-sized male Hanasaki crab meets the same fate, or should I say, destiny. It's boiled, hacked apart, and neatly arranged for easy eating. Exactly how I like it, because wrestling seafood at the table, it's not my idea of fun.
Here's what the internet is saying about the Hanasaki crab. The Hanasaki crab has a more intense and robust crab flavor compared to the snow crab or even the hairy crab.
It's gonna be really crabby.
We're gonna get to this in a moment, but first, dim sum.
The leg meat from the female crab is mixed into a shumai paste with shrimp, snow crab, and fish. The blend is wrapped snugly into dumplings and steamed until soft, piping hot, and crave-worthy.
Now in Japan, how often are you seeing shumai? Because that is Cantonese food, right?
Yeah, and it's usually seen in like Chinatown and more Chinese cuisine. This is dashi, which is fish stock, vinegar, and soy sauce.
Wanna be like me, well you know you can't be like me.
Oh my gosh.
That's nice. The sauce is perfect. It adds a little salt, a little bit of sourness, and then the texture is so bouncy, it's so firm. The chef, he said he's been working with crabs for 40 years, and he said this is the biggest Hanasaki crab he's ever seen. Let's start with a leg. He's used his knife to cut off the shell here, so he's exposed the meat to the world, although it's still gonna take a little bit of work to get it out. I think that's why we have.
Oh yes, the crab sticks.
It has a tiny fork on one side and then like a long spoon on the other side. Oh, I got a nice piece right here.
Oh my gosh. That tastes like a crab.
There is no question in my mind that I'm eating crab.
Yeah, me too. It's a lot more saltier than all the crabs we've had so far, but in a good way.
There also appears to be a lot of fat with the meat. You can see it almost looks creamy from the outside.
Looks kind of like mayonnaise.
Yeah, that's nuts. But right here, we have something really special. This illustrates the point perfectly. That is melted, broken down, rendered crab fat.
Is it okay if we shake hands?
Please. Good. Unreal. Mine is coated with fat on the outside.
It's more flakier in the best way possible.
It's super delicious. So those are the legs and those are the claws. Right here,
It looks appetizing to me.
is that right?
Yeah.
What would you eat in there?
So you would eat the brain, the insides. This is considered, to me, the best part of the crab.
Whoa. Wow, it's like a crab pate. That tastes like somebody created a crab spread that you could put on a cracker.
I think that's my favorite part of the crab.
Honestly, this Hanasaki crab, it's gonna be hard to beat, but we're gonna try. Because from here, we're gonna be trying the biggest crab you can find in Japan.
So ready for it.
Let's move. All right, folks, right inside this box, we have our final crab of the day. There is one side note. They told me that once I open this box, it has 2 hours until it dies. Hopefully we can prepare it in time. Let's take a look at this monster. You know, it's always like that. Prepare to feast your eyes on the biggest crab in all of Hokkaido. Whoosh. This is a Japanese red king crab. Now, it might look a little bit familiar, and that's because this is actually the same species as an Alaskan king crab, but there are some differences, and the differences amount to environmental and dietary factors. See, the Alaskan king crabs live in much deeper waters, and they have different food sources than these Japanese guys over here, who are eating a lot of natto. Frankly, I don't know how they get their claws on natto. Coming in at 11 pounds. It is an absolute unit. The price, an outrageous $400. It is extremely expensive. Let's head into the kitchen now and see how it's made.
Today, Chef Hirano Michinori
Sir?
of Kitagawa Restaurant is cooking an intriguing lineup of king crab dishes.
She told me that I should ask your age because I would be surprised by your age. So I'm assuming that you're 21?
70です。
70 here.
Can I ask you something? Do you still drink sake?
中くらい。
A medium amount?
Do you think sake is maybe the secret to a long, healthy life? Now, my wife is watching this. Could you say yes?
そこそこ飲んだ方がいいと思います。
You should drink a little bit, actually.
The little bit is what I struggle with. You should drink, then I'm like, say no more.
We're saving that heavyweight crab for the finale. But first, a slightly smaller king crab takes center stage.
What is special about this crab?
味が濃いですね。
It has a richer taste. And also, the color is so beautiful, especially when it's boiled, because similar to the Hanasaki crab, it turns a nice red.
Right, here, not boiled.
Yes.
To prepare this dish, the legs of the red king crab are detached. Then the chef expertly hacks away its shell. revealing the vivid red meat inside.
The best way to prepare this is you have to boil it for 3 seconds and then put it quickly into an ice bath to completely stop the cooking. But what's really important is to get the red parts off because it could cause food poisoning.
Oh, what is the red part then?
油ですね。
Oil, the fat of the crab.
Have you heard of somebody getting food poisoning? Have you gotten food poisoning from eating that part of the crab?
疲れ切ってる人とか。
I've never had food poisoning myself. However, people who are feeling unwell should stray away from it.
What's the next move? So he puts the sashimi in his dish. He grabs some wasabi. He puts it into the soy sauce, and then he dabs that onto the meat.
That is a lot of.
Okay, that was a little bit too much.
つけすぎから。
Maybe that's a bit too much.
A little too aggressive? Yeah. I'm trying to burn the back of my cerebellum. Cheers. I think I saw God for a second. I lost a couple IQ points. It's cold, it's fresh, it's sweet, but the texture, I'm having trouble putting my finger on what that taste is. Ah, you can taste some of the iron from the crab's blood.
Oh.
That's how in Japanese you politely say, you're full of shit. I don't agree at all. He went, Regardless of how you think it tastes, we all agree it's delicious. Next, he's gonna be working with that 11-pound crab, making something that I believe he invented, a dish using tomato sauce. Let's get into it.
But before we set eyes on that, how about an entire crab head fried whole? It starts by packing the empty crab head with a hearty filling. Crab meat blended with fish paste, eggs, asparagus, mushrooms, bamboo shoots, and oil. Next comes a sprinkle of flour, egg yolk, and finally a generous coating of crunchy breadcrumbs. Then the whole crab head hits the deep fryer.
When I found out we were doing a crab tour in Sapporo, I did not expect something like this. Oh, it really is like a cake. It is certainly super crusty on top.
You know, casserole is the perfect description for how it looks.
It looks fascinating. You know what? I think folks in Minnesota would love that.
I was gonna say just exactly the same thing. This I would bring to a potluck for sure.
It's like a fishy crab loaf slash quiche. It's a little eggy. It's solid, but it still has some seafood flavor to it.
This is the best thing I've tasted so far in our journey.
Really?
I like fried stuff.
It's interesting you say that because at the end of this video, we're gonna talk about which of the 4 crabs we tried today was our absolute favorite. I think we're probably gonna have different answers, but let's see.
Okay.
Moving on to the final boss. Right here, we have the red king crab.
To create this unique dish, first the crab legs are shallow fried gently in olive oil. Then comes a splash of kombu dashi, a Japanese stock or broth made from boiling a special kelp found exclusively in eastern Hokkaido.
This is one giant piece of seaweed that's been dried. So to make dashi, essentially he's boiling this.
Yes.
Next up, cherry tomatoes and clams. Everything simmers together until the flavors unite.
I want to talk about the differences between the Japanese king crab and the Alaskan king crab. Temperature and depth differences. Colder water equals slower growth and a firmer texture. But the Alaskan ones, slightly warmer water, faster growth, more tender meat.
Oh, so the meat texture is gonna be different between the two.
That's what they say. Before we get into the crab, we should try this broth or sauce. Oh, I thought it was just like a thick oil. It's so flavorful.
It's sweet.
Sweet, rich, a delicious umami, savory flavor. Here, we have the actual leg. The most unique crab recipe I've ever seen.
Wow.
Look at this monster piece right here. It looks so good. Let's try it out. This is our 4th crab. I'm not sick of it.
No, this is completely different from everything that we've had so far. And I think that also makes it fun to eat.
It is more firm.
More buttery?
More umami. And it's weird, the sauce that he's made here, it's working together with the flavor of the meat itself. I just want to bathe it in there.
It pairs perfectly with it.
Unbelievable.
That king crab is unforgettable. But next up, we're leaving the snowy streets of Hokkaido and heading south to this country's capital. Welcome to Tokyo. Here, I'm planning to track down some of Japan's most dangerous
There is poison in the blood of the eel.
and deadliest seafoods.
It has 13 long spikes that can paralyze you and even cause death.
Right now we've arrived at our first location where we have our first specimen. These are known as stargazers. Now these stargazers look like this. Like most NHL fans. These fish have been labeled the meanest fish in creation. If you are a fish that they want to destroy, they can either electrocute you or they hit you with their venom.
The stargazer's venom can cause intense pain, swelling, and in severe cases, muscle paralysis. This venom is delivered through these two spines on their back, which underwater could be impossible to avoid.
They're hanging out in the sand, you're surfing, you step on it, it's over.
Even now, a careless touch could result in a painful sting, so the chef must handle the stargazers with extreme caution, avoiding contact with these dangerous barbs. After scraping off its rough scales, the chef carefully removes the innards, thoroughly rinsing the stargazers to eliminate impurities. Then, the delicate process of filleting begins. Each precise cut separates the tender meat from the skeleton, avoiding waste while preserving texture. Every remaining bone is meticulously picked out, ensuring a smooth bite. The skin is peeled away, then each piece is sliced thin, ready for the next step. To complement the unique flavor of the stargazer, fresh wasabi, grated from the Wasabia japonica plant. Using rice that's been flavored with red vinegar, mirin, and sugar, the chef rolls rice balls, adds a touch of wasabi, and a slice of raw stargazer. A light brush of soy sauce adds the final umami note before serving.
It's a very rare fish to actually get in Japan. Usually it's accidentally caught.
This is what I kind of love about Japan. People seem to make use of whatever they pull up, including this right here. Like, Kaya, what are you doing back there?
It's my first day on the job, actually.
Returning to risk her life with me, Miss Universe Japan, Kaya.
I have never seen a female sushi chef ever.
Typically, women are not sushi chefs because they say that we have warmer hands, so it can ruin the taste of the sushi, unfortunately.
Actually, I didn't know that until right now. This is the stargazer. Have you ever been stuck by one?
ありますあります。
And what happened?
働けなくなる。
The whole day, I couldn't do my job.
Basically death. Please, try with us.
食べましょうって。
Always make the chef try with you, so you know it's not poisoned. I mean, the rice is already delicious. Sour, vinegary sushi rice, a little bit of wasabi on there. The fish itself, it's a nice thick cut.
It kind of tastes like lobster to me, and also super firm.
Maybe you got the elbow.
This part,
My part was gummy. It is a unique texture that I've not had before.
あ、美味しいですね。
it's like a very nice meaty texture to it, which I like about it.
Eating this fish right now poses no danger to us. But the next fish, this fish right here, this is called a skillfish, and it has a deep, dark secret. Are you excited for this?
No.
The skillfish belongs to a family of fish that's heavy with wax esters, a type of fat that's indigestible for humans and that can cause Armageddon-level diarrhea.
Kaya,
Sonny.
we are gonna be putting our bodies on the line today.
One member of this family, the oilfish, made hundreds of patrons sick in Hong Kong after it was intentionally mislabeled as cod in 2007. The oilfish is now banned here in Japan. The skillfish, while not banned, is still highly potent. Just 3 pieces could wreak havoc on your digestive system.
Your body isn't able to process it, and instead what happens is it shoots right through you.
But he says it's like the highest class of tuna that you can get, so it's super nice and fatty, but
In this area, it's a good experience. Elsewhere, not so much. Are you excited for this?
no.
From here, I guess we just see how it works. I can't wait to see the meat and to see, well, really what happens after the meal.
I don't know what to say to that. That's awful.
The chef works his knife skills to break down the hefty skillfish into deceptively harmless-looking slices. From here, the fish fillet will both be grilled and made into soup. Let's start with the soup. First, a foundational broth is prepared by combining sake, mirin, and sugar with water. In goes the skillfish, and 5 minutes is all it takes for the heat to gently firm up the flesh, while absorbing the essence of the broth it's bathing in. After removing the fish, the broth is reduced to concentrate its flavors, and it's made thick with a slurry of flour paste. Then the skillfish returns to the pot. Keep in mind, while heat does kill bacteria, it does nothing to the wax esters.
There's a thick layer of fat, and that's from the skillfish. Can our body handle it? I'm not sure, but the skillfish nabe stew.
It's Smells good, slightly fishy, rich and sweet.
There's like a punch of the ginger, which I really like.
In a moment, we're gonna put this in our mouths. But I wanna tell you what I found in my research. What makes this one of the most dangerous fish in Tokyo? It contains high levels of indigestible wax esters, which can cause, not diarrhea, there's a different word actually.
Is it
Carriorrhea.
Yes.
Which means a type of uncontrollable oily diarrhea. There's a type of, it's worse. Part of me wants to cheat and just take a little nibble.
I'm gonna go for a full bite.
Respect. Cheers, me too. Sorry.
It's so soft.
Wait, what? That bite was even better than some of the most fatty tuna I've ever had. It's really delicious. I can't believe it.
I get why people eat it.
This could have dire consequences, but right now in this moment, that tastes really good.
It's amazing.
It is a buttery, soft fish. You've got the skin on there, so that's even more fat. You've got some of the sake in there, the ginger. That's really impressive.
Do you want to know another dangerous fact about this fish after we ate a bite?
Yes.
It has been linked to having a high amount of magnesium sometimes.
That's good, right?
Sorry, mercury.
Oh. So next we're going to be trying this one here. What can you tell me about this preparation?
So they have just grilled it over fire and added a lot of salt to it. And I think that this way, it just prepared simply and we can actually taste the fish itself.
No masking agents. And what I like about it is we have a lot of volume here, so we can really fill up on this.
Am I gonna regret this later?
It's so good. Oh no.
Oh, I see why people eat it.
Wow, it's really, from being grilled over charcoal, that charcoal has imbued the perfect, almost sweet smokiness onto that meat.
I feel like the oil even has a light flavor to it.
It doesn't feel like eating Wagyu where the oil from the beef can start to make you feel sick. It's like, I want to keep going.
Oh, that was my stomach.
Soft, buttery, so smoky, so delicious. I've never had a fish like it.
And it's so dangerous that I like it now.
For sure, we probably stop eating. I'm gonna have one more. It's so good. I can't believe it. So, from here, we have 2 more locations lined up with 2 more dangerous fish.
Our last fish might send us to the toilet, but our next fish could send us into a coma.
Tokyo, I would wager to guess, probably has more variety of fish than any other city in the world. Would you agree with that?
Everyone wants to eat in Tokyo because it's like an accumulation of all the seafood possible.
What do you think is the most dangerous fish you've ever served or seen someone eat?
Yeah,正直の答えで I said you can be honest. He's like, wow.
Introducing our second source of poison, the serpentine moray eel.
You have a nice specimen right here. Do you know what would be helpful for the camera? Could you pick up the whole thing?
Yeah, me?
Yeah.
Okay.
How does it feel in your hands?
It's fleshy, wet, and it doesn't smell great.
What makes the moray eel so dangerous?
There is poison in the blood of the eel.
The moray eel's blood carries toxins throughout its body. If you ingest its blood, the best case scenario is stomach issues, numbness, and muscle pain. The worst case, ending up in a coma or the afterlife.
It will also cause neurological problems, such as temperature reversals. If you get bitten, the mucus it secretes is an anticoagulant, so you won't stop bleeding.
What's the third most dangerous thing that could happen?
It's our favorite one. Mercury poisoning!
This is why the CDC advises against eating the moray eel. But here in Japan, danger is just another flavor.
Why do people insist on still eating this? Because it's yummy. If we eat the blood, that can be dangerous for us, but then how do you get rid of the blood?
After he cuts it, he thoroughly cleanses it with water.
What about soap? Okay.
Our neurotoxic moray eel is served over 2 courses. One is raw sashimi, and while I build up the courage for that, I opt to start with the cooked version. The moray eel fillets get 15 minutes of steaming, then they're cold shocked in an ice bath to preserve the eel's texture. Our chef torches the skin to refine its texture and add some smoky flavor. Then he slices the fillets into bite-sized pieces. To serve, a base of julienne cucumber and ginger, creating the final resting place for our eel friend.
Kaya,
Sonny.
the chef is standing right behind you.
Yes.
So please be polite when you eat this food. I have never had a moray eel.
Most people in Japan haven't had anything like this.
What if we tried just the naked cooked eel first and then we flavor it afterwards?
That sounds great with me.
The skin is very distinct, a little gelatinous and almost gummy.
It's very soft in my mouth, but I do taste a little bit of eel.
The freshwater eel that you're used to? I would agree, a little bit, even though this is an ocean animal. So now we're gonna hit it with a little bit of ponzu sauce.
Ponzu is kind of like a lighter, more fragrant soy sauce.
I've never had anything like this.
It's a new flavor with the ponzu sauce, actually.
Much brighter, but there's two distinct parts to the eel. When you get the actual meat, it's very flaky and kind of falling apart, but then the skin stands out. It makes it very unique. It's very thick, it's heavy, it's fat, rubbery. There's nothing like it.
It looks like pig ears.
What would he compare the skin to?
なんだろう。なんだろう。
Right here, we have the moray eel sashimi.
Sashimi, as the name suggests, involves no cooking at all. Just pieces of fish nearly as toxic as your ex, thinly sliced and served to thrill-seeking stunt eaters. As a fun accompaniment, the chef boils the eel skin, shocks it in ice, then slices it up. Consider it a final treat before you settle into a soothing coma.
I would almost compare that to the raw cone of the squid in the way that it's kind of a soft, gummy, chewy texture almost.
Almost has a crunch to it, too.
Now that's the texture. As far as the flavor, nothing.
It's just a very, very light flavor profile.
Just an incredibly clean taste. But then there's the skin. Oh boy.
Oh, and it sticks together.
It looks gelatinous, that's nice. Certainly more flavor.
Yeah. Briny?
It tastes like what an aquarium smells like. A little bit of fish food and cool aquarium water.
It's fishy, but in a smell way.
But not a strong funk. From what we've experienced here, it feels fairly innocuous. At least, that's how it presents itself for now. We'll find out for sure.
In half a day.
Chef, we'll email you if there's any issues.
イメール送ります。なんか病気になった。
Our scariest challenge of the day has arrived. The most terrifying, the deadliest, the most venomous fish not only in Japan, but in the world.
Oh, God. Oh, wow. This is the stonefish. As soon as he picks it up, you can see its back fin pop up and you can see those are the spines. And if you pull it down, that is the barb that delivers the venom. Oh.
Those barbs need just a split second to deliver a venom potent enough to cause anything from excruciating pain to paralysis, respiratory failure, or even death.
Around 10 people in Australia pass away every year because of accidentally getting in contact with this fish.
You can see why it would blend perfectly into the coral, the rocks.
The stonefish can live up to 24 hours out of water in the sand.
Oh, that's insane.
You're not safe anywhere near the beach, basically.
In the kitchen, even with the concentration and precision of a Japanese chef, just the tiniest of mistakes and this fish could be your last.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to see next is the most dangerous part of preparing the stonefish. One thing that you can't do is put your hand on top of the fish like that. The chef is gonna have to carefully maneuver around this fish, turning it from a live creature into something delicious. Chef, take it away. Oh, well, that's pretty easy. He lays a towel on top of the spikes. Diabolical. Then he goes back kind of on the shoulder blade of the fish. He's turned the fish around. Half the fillet has been pulled off of the fish, and it's not putting up much of a fight. Ooh. He puts down one fat-looking fillet. Now he works on the other side. So these two fat fillets have been removed, and from here he's gonna be making two dishes, stonefish sashimi and stonefish hot pot. Let's get to it.
To prepare the most venomous raw sashimi Kaya and I have ever eaten, the chef slices the fillets into thin bite-sized pieces and plates them beside the stonefish's skeleton for an added layer of psychological terror. But the horror doesn't stop there. He then beats the stonefish liver into a deranged mayonnaise, which will be the macabre condiment for our raw fish.
I don't regret any of my ex-fishes, because every ex-fish that I dated and broke up with led me to this fish. Do you ever feel that way?
No.
At this point, the barbs are still here, so there's still an element of danger to this meal.
And hopefully I don't slip and fall at the table.
First, let's try out the meat of the stonefish, the raw meat.
It is a very white fish with a hint of pink.
A little squishy, a little sandpapery on my tongue.
Oh, really?
Like when a cat licks your finger. The texture is very unique and strange.
It kind of stays on your tongue.
Not a strong flavor.
No.
Right now, I think what this really requires is some of that liver.
Yay.
Grab a piece of sashimi, hit it with a little bit of liver.
Ooh.
You don't like how that looks, do you? From here, we roll it up a little bit.
Oh.
Don't think too much. Hit it in the ponzu sauce. Something completely different.
Very soft.
Creamy. The ponzu just brightens it up. It's not that strong or that intense, I don't think. I think you should try some of the liver alone. Almost like uni, but not briny.
I love uni too. Now that you say it, it makes me like it more.
It's good. It has a little seafoodiness to it, but very mild.
It's similar to the taste of the flesh, but it has actually more flavor than the flesh.
Right here we have the stonefish hot pot. Let's take a look. Ooh.
Oh!
To make the stonefish hot pot, quickly blanch the stonefish, then wash off its slime. In a pot, arrange the fish with tofu, white cabbage, enoki mushrooms, and pea sprouts. Concoct the broth by combining bonito stock, made from dried fermented tuna, mirin, and soy sauce. Pour the broth into the fish pot and serve.
Should we taste that broth?
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. It's warm, it opens up your chest, it's inviting, it smells amazing in here. We do have some of the meat of the fish, but we also have some fins, some joints, whatever that is. So right here we have thick kind of filleted chunks. It's white, it's kind of shrunk up a little bit.
So light. Oh, I love that texture.
It's got like a nice bounce to it as you bite through it. It's good. This part I bet we could eat.
It's gelatinous.
When you squeeze it, it looks like there's 5 bones. We have 5 bones.
Oh.
I think we used to be stonefish.
What happened to the venom in my spine?
Okay. Oh God, did you get some off?
Barely. It's hard and it's actually basically just skin.
The skin is half gelatinous, but then part of it's like crispy, but in an exoskeleton kind of way. It tasted just fine. The texture on that was really weird.
It's like half bone, half cartilage.
A very rewarding experience.
After braving Tokyo's most dangerous seafood, we're heading even further south along the coast to the countryside of Shizuoka. This is where things are about to get even weirder.
I've never seen anything so disconcerting as this.
Here, thousands of slimy eels are raised on eel farms.
Eels are slimy, but it turns out when you raise eels in a tent like this, everything is slimy. Look at that wall.
Then turned into dishes both delicious
I've never had this dish this good.
and daring.
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, dying.
Welcome to Shizuoka, the eel capital of Japan, where unagi is not just a food, but a way of life. This region is famous for its pristine waters, ideal climate, and centuries-old eel farming traditions. That's what makes it one of the top freshwater eel producers of Japan. In a moment, we'll go to an eel farm, where we'll find out exactly what it takes to raise Japan's prized unagi.
We have entered into the eel's lair. In here, it's about 100% humidity, while outside, it's about 32 degrees. Hence the creeping fog spreading out throughout the room. Eels are slimy, but it turns out when you raise eels in a tent like this, everything is slimy. Look at that wall. Look at the ceiling. There's slime everywhere. Now, of course, a very important part of raising healthy, tasty eels is feeding them.
On the eel's dinner menu, fish paste, a mixture designed to replicate the eel's natural diet. The natural part is the fish they eat, like sardines and anchovies, though the unnatural part is the disgusting goo ball those fish are turned into.
Actually, it doesn't smell that bad. I've never seen anything so disconcerting as this. Hundreds, maybe thousands of eels, and they're so vicious. They cling to the food. They're trying to push each other out of the way, but they don't have any arms. And then they take big bites of this giant, mucky glob of fish paste.
These are Japanese eels, but in kitchens, they're called unagi, a Japanese word that simply means freshwater eel. Each year, this farm produces 60 tons of eel, satisfying a tiny portion of this country's massive eel demand. Agawa-san is here to walk me through the eel farming process.
Could you tell me a little bit about where we are right now?
This is the final processing facility for the eels. Here, they're just resting and waiting to be transported. They have to keep them in water to ensure that they're still fresh and alive.
Returning as my guide to this country, Miss Universe Japan 2024, Kaya.
How does the eel raising process begin?
When they're in their egg, they come from the ocean first, and then when they're like almost like a tadpole, they come through the Japanese river, and that's where they get them and bring them here.
Since Japanese eels only start reproducing at 12 years of age, breeding them on farms is not cost effective. Instead, farms like this go out and catch baby eels in the wild, then raise them in a feeding pool like you saw earlier.
It's gonna take at least 6 months to fully mature into the size that we can eat, but it can also take a year and a half for some. It's like competition.
So they're not categorized according to age, it's according to their size.
Once the eels are big enough, the cozy pool they call home is drained, turning their former residence from this into this.
Moments ago, you saw me just feed the eels, and I fed them in a pool just like this. Now, this pool has just been drained, and the eels moved out of here by way of an eel super highway. The eels get sucked through a pneumatic tube, the same kind of tubes you see at your bank when you send them your money from your car. So the eels have gone from this building to another building. They thought they were flushed down the toilet for a second, and then they go, oh wait, we're okay again. For now. Hungry Japanese folks are lurking, and they want some unagi.
Farm workers pick up the eels that failed to catch the water train on time, or those that end up stuck in the mud. Then they reunite the eels with their slimy friends in a temporary holding pool, where the eels wait to be sorted.
We have come to the eel sorting center. This is awesome. Now, from that temporary pool, they get pumped up to here. This is a sorting station. This place is critical for making sure the correct eels get brought out of this place. Most of these eels are adults, and they're ready to be processed and move on to the next step, which is becoming food. Here's how it works. So here we have a wooden grate. If they're small enough, they'll squeeze through. Oh, that one's not small enough. Oh, some of them get stuck. It's like a traffic jam in here. What I'm saying is if an eel is small enough, it will go through that gap and it will go into a basket and it'll be returned to a pool where it can grow even bigger. This is a pretty dicey job. These old guys working here, they're usually strapped in, and that's because it can be very slippery, and also they have to lean over. So it gives them a nice back support so they can stand like this. Good old guy posture.
The big eels that can't squeeze through the grate move all the way to the end of the line, where they're caught by a basket. The baskets are then suspended in a waiting pool to keep the selected eels alive and fresh until transport. A 30-minute truck ride takes them to a nearby processing facility, where they're mass processed into Japan's most iconic eel dish.
This place is where they sort the eels once more. So they back up a truck literally full of eels, they dump the eels out from these baskets, and they sort them out right here. Yes, we did sort the eels already, but here they do it once again with even more detail. In the front section, we have medium, here we have large, and over here we have the smallest eels. So the biggest, thickest, baddest eels are right here in this middle section, just slithering down to meet their fate that awaits them. This place is processing up to 30,000 eels per day. They're turning these slippery, slimy creatures into something absolutely delicious. Perhaps the world's most delicious eel recipe, kabayaki.
Kabayaki is a Japanese grilling art that transforms slimy, fishy eels into tasty, glossy fillets. While the factory churns them out in bulk with high-tech machines, I get to see this 700-year-old dish crafted the traditional way by Chef Oguri-san.
Right here. Oh God, I was told he was gonna tickle it to death. He's cutting the head. Well, he doesn't break the head completely. He just severs the spine right behind the head. From here, he takes a knife and he slips it down the back along the spine of the eel.
The chef's movements are mirrored in the factory's filleting room, but with hundreds or even thousands more eels.
And you can see all of the internal organs in the front third of the eel. And all behind the organs, you can see this nice clean fillet. Right now, he's gonna carefully extract the organs and the spine. He removes the spine, not taking any meat with it.
While the factory only keeps the fillets piece and discards the organs, Oguri-san carefully saves them for a special, albeit slightly challenging dish he'll serve us later. For the kabayaki, after removing the head, he skewers the eel fillet horizontally to keep it flat while grilling over charcoal. Meanwhile, in the factory, eel fillets lay open on a conveyor belt that carries them through a massive electric grilling machine, like a tanning bed set between high heat and slightly charred. Once the eel meat is firm, Oguri-san dips it in a magical blend of soy sauce, sake, sugar, and mirin before placing it back on the grill. He repeats this dipping and grilling process 3 times to create the rich, flavorful coating that kabayaki is known for. Thanks to modern technologies, the mass-produced kabayaki goes through a similar process without ever leaving the conveyor belt. The factory-made kabayaki will reach its final destination in grocery and convenience stores, while Oguri-san's masterpiece teams up with rice and meets me at the table.
Who makes kabayaki better? A human or a machine?
He works for the company that has the factory. This may make his head explode.
Still, factories cannot keep up with how we make it because he can see, visualize, and adjust what cooking when necessary, and factories still can't do that.
I love that because of this chef's pride, he's willing to sacrifice his job here. Are you going to be okay?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's time for us to go for it. Now, as you pick it up, you can see it's so soft and tender. That skin that was once slimy and slippery is now fatty.
It's best to eat just the eel first, then you can mix it with the rice later.
Wow. I've never had this dish this good. There's like kind of a top leathery, slightly crunchy layer. It's sweet and it's just been dredged or soaked with that sweet sauce. But then there's some natural saltiness that comes from the fish itself. And then that fat, the fat just helps everything melt right on your tongue.
It has a nice depth of flavor with the smokiness. That's what I really like about it.
Once you get past the fillet, you can work your way down into the rice, which has been soaked with that same sweet brown sauce.
This is perfect.
Chef, I'm really, truly blown away. Oishi. How do you say very?
You want to say it with slang?
Yeah.
めっちゃ美味しい.
Mecha oishi.
Yes.
Remember all those eel organs? Well, instead of discarding them, Oguri-san skewers them up before cooking.
This is what they refer to as eel liver, but actually it's not just the liver. It's basically all of the internal organs, including its bile sac.
The organ skewers receive the kabayaki treatment, starting on the grill.
You as a chef and people in Japan, do you prefer farm-raised eels or wild-caught eels?
The dipping, grilling process infuses the organs with the same flavor that blessed our eel fillet.
Contrast to belief, we think that fresh and wild caught is going to be tastier, but actually the ones that's grown commercially is going to be better because you can control the amount of food that you're giving them, the oxygen level, so it's going to taste so much better than what we see in the wild.
The other good thing about being farm-raised is that the internal organs, like these, they've only experienced good quality, clean food, because this next bite is going to be something a little bit challenging. So I've had something similar when I was in Vietnam. We had eel and we cooked the bile sac and we ate it and it was very, very bitter. Now, when we bite, you know what? Don't even ask. That's a different flavor. Oh, yeah, it popped in my mouth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Juicy.
Like a wood chick that got too big. It's like there's a lot of sweet brown sauce on there. There's a lot of char too. That gives it a little bit of flavor. You can taste the intensity of the eel through its organs. It's a much more vibrant, intense, amplified flavor and a little bit bitter. Everywhere I go in Asia, anytime you eat something a little bit unusual, they say it's good for you in some way. Does eating the bile sac give me any superpowers?
なんだろうな、言っていいのかな。夜の方がすごいと思います。
I'm not sure if I can say this on screen.
Oh. You can say it.
It's good for at night, like sexual stuff, like for men.
Go on.
Well, scientifically, it has a lot of vitamins in it.
おそらくもう今3本目食べてらっしゃるんでっていう。
You're saying, since this is your third steak, you probably can't sleep tonight.
Do you have a takeaway container?
Next, we're leaving the factory and heading to a proper restaurant where eel dishes go far beyond kabayaki, transforming into culinary works of art.
This is an egg brick. You could build a house with this.
This is umaki, which is eel and egg. This is bigger than anything I've seen in a restaurant. Usually it's like half of this size, so this is crazy.
I think that we should work our way up to that. And we should start with this right here. This is the eel tempura.
Tempura is the Japanese name for anything battered and deep fried, including whole eel fillets. The fillets put on a coat of flour and a layer of batter. Then they swim in bubbling oil until they're fluffy and crispy.
The traditional way is to take the radish and mix it in with the tsuyu, which is dashi, soy sauce, mirin, sake, and bonito flakes. We can take our tempura eel and just dip it and eat it. Wow.
You like it?
I love it. It's so fluffy, oily, but the radish cuts the oiliness out.
Right, this is cold, it's cool, it's refreshing. And this is extremely oily. And not just the batter and the fact that it's fried, but the eel itself is pretty oily. So this is a perfect combination.
You can really taste the eel, like what eel actually tastes like.
I would say that's ID eel. Okay, I'm gonna leave. Now buried somewhere in here is an eel.
In a bowl, our chef cracks in 8 eggs and pours in dashi, a stock made from bonito flakes. He whips them up well before adding sugar and soy sauce.
What I think probably happened is he started with an eel and then he coated it with egg and then rolled it, like rolling it down a hill. No, tell me.
We start with cooking the egg in this rectangular pan first. Once you build up a good foundation, then you can add the eel and then you roll it. You tip the pan over slightly and you add more egg mixture and you just keep repeating that process until it becomes a brick.
Boom. Whoa. That's way more eel than I expected. This is like eel. Surreal.
You can eat this alone actually because the egg should have that dashi flavor.
It's full of flavor.
Yeah.
It's weird. There's plenty of oil that went into both of these dishes, but it doesn't feel that heavy.
And I was hit with like a smoky flavor from the eel actually.
How do you feel right now?
The eel.
That's lame. Fluffy egg, flaky eel. The textures meld together perfectly. It's got that dashi flavor. Like you said, a little smoky. It's excellent.
Excellent.
You're getting pretty good. Here's what we should do next. The owner of this restaurant has a special dish he's preparing for us. What I've heard is that eels in Japan, they're like beef. They're graded differently and there's different levels of quality. So I want to talk to the, too much explanation. Editor, just write some voiceover, please. Chef, put her there.
Thank you.
Akimoto-san is the representative director of Kusaro Restaurant.
地元の食材
This is a restaurant that specializes in
local food.
Do you want to do the whole interview in English?
No.
Chef, I want to talk about this right here. I've never seen an eel so vulnerable looking. It looks naked. It looks like I walked in on an eel as it was getting out of the shower.
で我々は
We here at the restaurant believe that this is the best way to truly taste the eel.
This is shirayaki, a cooking method that begins with filleting and grilling the eel, similar to kabayaki. But unlike kabayaki, shirayaki requires only a light sprinkle of salt and a spray of sake.
Everybody knows in Japan there is Wagyu beef. That has a rating system from, I don't know, A through F and 1 through 5. But it's my understanding that you're also grading the eels. How does that work?
浜名湖は2つのレベルがある
The grilled unagi takes a short break from the grill and rests inside a steamer to rehydrate and enhance its tenderness.
There's actually just 2 levels of eels. So the standard can be both male and female eels, but the deshiko, which is the premium, can only be female eels.
While regular eels possess 20% body fat, the deshiko eels have 28%. And more fat means more flavor.
So today have you served us a standard eel or the deshiko eel?
デシコです
Nice.
After the steaming section, the unagi's skin side is grilled once more to regain its crispiness. The shirayaki is served with finely grated garlic and wasabi.
So he actually served this dish to the emperor of Japan, and they really love the grated garlic and wasabi with the unagi.
That is the way to try eel. It is so soft, fat, tender, juicy. It's really delicate, flaky meat. You have the fat kind of interspersed within the meat, but then of course, The skin is so fatty too. I thought since it's a freshwater animal that it might be minerally, that it might have some gaminess or funk to it. It is such a clean flavor.
I was skeptical at first about the garlic, but it's really, really good.
Oh, the garlic's very nice. The garlic is very potent. It is like a, don't say nuclear bomb. It is like, like a explosive device of flavor. Jesus, I'm not doing good here. Should we try now with wasabi?
Oh.
Hi.
The wasabi and garlic are similar. They're both really intense and kind of burn you. And it really cuts through that intensity of the eel.
Which do you recommend?
The eel. If I had to choose between these three, I would take the eel.
Our last stop is a restaurant that attracts travelers from all over Japan. Here they serve over 10,000 sashimi eels each year. That means 10,000 eels served raw.
Konnichiwa, Nakamura-san.
Konnichiwa, Sonny-san.
I forgot my next line. That took all my energy to remember that.
Meet Nakamura-san, the man who's responsible for our sashimi eel and maybe even our lives.
I'm told that when you make the sashimi, you have to prepare it properly or else something bad could happen to the people who are eating it. Stomach.
Oh no.
You won't die, but your stomach will be in lots of pain, I'm assuming.
60
To be killed, you'd have to drink 60 eel blood.
Possible. What is a proper process to kill an eel and then drain its blood so it can be used for sashimi?
そこが一番重要な
It must be still living when it is prepared.
Oh.
If you kill it first, the blood will bleed out and the blood will get all over the eel and that will make it poisonous.
切るというかですね
We have to first chop the head and the tail off. And then he puts a mysterious white powder into the ice bowl and then
血液がどんどん出てきます
That sounds like me after I eat Indian food.
so he places the freshly chopped eel into the mysterious liquid and it starts spewing out blood from both ends.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is quite a visual.
The chef repeats this process multiple times over 3 hours to ensure the meat is cleansed of any blood. Then he slices the eel meat and blanches the skin before slicing it thin. The only problem, unbeknownst to us, some blood still remains, which we'll find out soon.
Now, we're gonna try this in one moment, but first I wanna talk about this right here.
So these are the eel's bones. They have been made into a chip form.
Here's what I love. Basically today we will have eaten every part of the eel except for its face. Huh, it's kind of like a fish skin chips, but it's got a lot of flavor though.
It doesn't feel like I'm eating a bone. It feels like I'm eating like the skin of the potato, like a little gritty.
That's true.
It would be a great accompaniment with some sake. Kanpai!
I think that was the liquid courage I need to try this right here.
All right.
This seems like something that'd be pretty rare. What percentage of Japan do you think's actually tried this?
Honestly, I think like 5 to 10%.
Now what's interesting here is he's using the dashiko eel that has 80% fat.
But it doesn't look fatty.
Each piece is so thin.
Do you want to dip it in the soy sauce?
No, I want to go full eel. I want to see if eating eel raw is going to be a brand new, enlightening experience. Different from fugu, different from just normal fish. A little bit more gummy than I expected. Slightly chewy. There's a bit of minerality to it.
Did your tongue go kind of numb?
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. He puts a white powder in with the eel, and maybe that powder's in our mouth now, making it go slightly numb. There's a strange sensation when eating this.
It's confusing me. Should I be scared?
Yeah, and now I'm feeling it like in my throat.
Yeah. It's like spreading?
Is it from the sake?
I don't know.
I think we should call him over here.
ここにお願いしてもいいですか?
We're eating this. It's making us feel weird.
えぐいって感じそれしびれる感じ
This little pinkish red part of the eel is blood vessels. And that's the same feeling of the blood in a way. Some people feel it, but most people don't actually.
But what's the worst that could happen?
あれ死んじゃうってことでしょ
Well, dying. He muttered.
I shouldn't say what's the worst. What's most likely to happen?
一瞬その瞬間こう
It'll quickly go away. It just happens when it's in your mouth.
特にポン酢を使
The
う
taste might actually diminish if you eat it with the ponzu sauce.
I can eat the whole plate and still live?
Yes.
Jeff, thank you very much.
ありがとうございました
Safety
Safety. Hit it with a little bit of sauce. That's delicious. Seems slightly chewy texture, but of course it soaked up all that delicious ponzu sauce. Before we wrap up, right here we have some eel skin. It looks curled up and cute and tiny. Cheers.
Kind of reminds me of pig skin, like the texture.
That's because it's mostly just made of pure fat. It's very thin, it's very small. I mean, this is the confetti of eel skin. Not much flavor, it's just a little bit of a texture sensation, and it's not making my mouth go numb.
Yeah, that's a good part. I think people would want to eat this because of the unique texture it serves rather than like the taste.
Well, I think it's just an experience.
Yeah.
We're sitting here wondering if we're gonna die. I'm wondering if there's something in my sake and if you drugged me.
Me?
You didn't drug me, no?
No, no.
It's really hard to get drugged as a 40-year-old balding guy.
Hugging Japan's eastern coastline, our seafood mission takes us from Shizuoka to the seafood paradise of Mie. Here, precious marine morsels are pulled straight from the sea by Ama divers, women in their 70s and 80s who plunge into icy waters with no oxygen tanks.
私は15歳
She's
から
been doing this since she was 15 years old.
Taking part in a tradition that's lasted over 1,000 years.
Ma'am, good morning. Put her there. How you doing?
元気ですか？はい。
Joining me once again for another fun seafood adventure, Kaya. We're currently on a small boat with the legendary Ama, a word that means sea women.
I kind of want to ask about their ages. Is that impolite?
Honestly, I think it's impressive rather that they're still doing it. So I feel like it's a compliment if we ask them.
Well, let's ask.
ごいくつですか？
今年71歳です。
71 years old.
71.
6です。
76.
That's remarkable.
It turns out, Ama divers in Japan are typically between 60 and 70 years old. Most began their diving journey around the age of 12.
私は15歳
She's
から
been doing this since she was 15 years old.
And what about you?
20歳。
From when she was 20 years old.
So today I want to learn about how this works. But first, can you tell me where we're headed right now?
潜る場所のとこへ。
We are gonna head to her area for her usual trip of diving. This area is about 3 to 5 meters.
Now, I did not. I forgot my diving clothes, but I am here for moral support.
Ama divers typically work in summer, when Japan's current warms up and nourishes Mie waters, making it a haven for oysters, abalone, scallops, and lobsters, all treasures the Ama divers have their eyes on. But in February, with water dipping down to 57 degrees, Hayashi is one of the few brave souls who still dives.
All right, some diving has already happened. There's a few interesting things I've noticed about how the diving works here. First of all, she has kind of an inner tube that follows her around. She ties herself to the inner tube, so she's never too far from a flotation device. But it has another purpose too. All the seafood she's catching, like this giant pen shell right here, she can throw into the inner tube, which has a net inside.
Ama diving has been practiced for over 2,000 years along Japan's coast. In the 21st century, swim fins, wetsuits, and diving masks have become part of their attire.
With a wetsuit, you have insulation, but between your skin and the suit, there is a layer of water. Now, the water can warm up a bit, but it's still gonna be cold.
It's cold.
But one thing you'll never see these divers use is a breathing device. Between dives, they slowly whistle air into their lungs, filling them with enough oxygen to submerge for over a minute. To make the most of their time underwater, they wear thick gloves to protect their hands from sharp rocks and coral. But the tool they rely on most is this.
This is a multifunctional tool. This side is for hooking things such as octopus, and this end is for scraping the abalone off.
Abalone are tough because they have a shell on one side and a big, thick, strong muscle on the other side, and they suction to the rocks. So she just takes this and gets it off there.
Ama divers once played a vital role in sustaining coastal communities with their ocean harvest. Their population peaked at 10,000 before World War II.
Can I see this? Thank you. Look at this fat scallop. It's a beautiful purple color and it's very outgoing. I've never seen the scallop just open its mouth like that. You think I'm dumb enough to put my finger in there? Nailed it.
Today, with industrial fishing ruling the seas, only around 1,000 Ama divers still carry on the tradition, with half of them living here in Mie.
Almost everything you see here was caught by hand in the ocean today. Behind me, a traditional Ama hut. This is where the women go with their food, with their catch, with their prize from the sea to celebrate and to eat. But let's talk about what we're gonna be celebrating today. This is the turban shell, a type of sea snail. Right there, you can see its heel. Can I pull you out? That is a big sucker right there. Oh, he has since closed his little hole.
These turban snails and the scallops we saw earlier will soon join us in a meal with the Ama Divers.
That is like the poop sack and the snail all in one bite.
But that's not all Mie has to offer.
Next we have the abalone. This is a big, beautiful black abalone. And then finally right here we have the most prized seafood of this region, ise ebi. This is the local spiny lobster. Not gigantic, but what they lack in size, they make up for with money and personality. Oh wait, that's me. They make up for it with delicious sweet meat.
Next, we'll sample these ocean treasures at 3 eateries across Mie, starting with the Ama hut.
We are inside right now an Ama hut.
Yes.
What is an Ama hut? And what's important about the Ama hut?
They've always had this Ama hut since the start of when Amas existed. This is the place where Ama divers come to rest after they have gone diving. 3 times in a day, they would go out for an hour and then they come back, get warm, and maybe head out again.
You sound like a modern day CrossFitter, actually. Cold plunge, sauna. And guess what? At the end of it all, no shellfish. Meanwhile, she was collecting a bounty enough to eat food for herself and to sell to make a living too.
In this cozy hut with us are Kitamura and Hayashi, our brave diver from earlier. Her plentiful catch is now spread across the grill.
Maybe we should start with the scallops since they're starting to turn black. So what we have here is a scallop cooked in a very basic way. She grilled it. As the water would bubble and come out, she would dump the water in a separate container so that it wouldn't drip down onto the fire. She then took off one side of the shell, flipped the scallop inside until the whole thing kind of dried out. There's no seasoning, salt, soy sauce, ponzu sauce, just a straight up dry grilled scallop. How you doing? That's really good. Looking at the outside, I thought, oh, this is becoming a little scallop raisin over here. Not at all. Inside, it's very juicy, super flavorful. It's sweet, fairly briny, but it has a lot of flavor to it.
It reminds me of a fusion of a clam and a scallop almost.
Well, it is a scallop, but it's like a clammy scallop?
Yeah. It's like a fusion.
I like it. What do you think?
Very good. Oishii desu.
In a moment, we're gonna try the snail. That looks really nice too. But I have some more questions. The Ama hut. Was this like a woman's only space?
昔は女性だけ。
Back then, it was a women's only club. After the wetsuit was invented and more men was able to start, then it was like both genders.
Oh, that's interesting. Why is it that before the wetsuit, it was only women who were going in the water to do this job?
女性は皮下脂肪があって。
Men are susceptible to getting cold easier, and women have higher body fat percentage. That's why they were able to be in there for a much longer time.
Are you buying that?
本当に思いますか?
寒さに弱い。
Yes, you guys are weak to the cold.
Before we try the snail, I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about this.
This is a mix of rice and hijiki seaweed, which was locally caught in the area.
It's good. A subtle, delicate seaweed flavor with perfectly fluffy steamed rice.
This is definitely the perfect meal to eat after diving in the cold weather.
Absolutely. And it makes me crave for snail. What I find remarkable is that they're still selling it. How can you compete with these big fishermen who have boats and traps and nets?
This area of Mie is actually not allowed for big fishing corporations. Instead, the jobs are given to the Ama divers.
There are regulations that have been put in place to conserve this old tradition, a tradition that includes catching snails. Look at these. That is like the poop sack and the snail all in one bite. A lot going on there. The texture is excellent. Sometimes snails can be really chewy. It's not that way. It's tender and it's slightly sweet, but then that poop sack, mine at least, fairly bitter.
Like the back of my mouth, it's like,
yeah.
I taste it.
全部食べます。美味しい。
They like the
They love
flavor
it.
actually.
Yeah, I feel like it's an acquired taste. I think if I ate 3,000 more of these, I'd get used to it.
Right now we're saying goodbye to the Ama Divers, but going even deeper into the Ama Divers catch, working our way from simple shellfish to the king of Mie Seafood. First, massive Mie abalone, served with a Japanese twist.
When you look at that color, does it give you feelings?
Not good feelings.
We have come to our second seafood location, a fine dining Japanese restaurant where we're gonna cook up some of these.
Wait, no, not this actually. This, very interesting and also very excited to see me. The problem is this one is not local. This was flown in and today we're focusing on the domestic seafood. Are you done yet? God, I remember being a teenager. Anyways, bloop. I was actually talking about this right here, the prized abalone. Let me get it unstuck. Give me 1 second. You almost have to trick them, sneak up on them. There we go, got it. They stick to surfaces so well that you can see it's actually imprinted some of the basket pattern on its large muscle here.
Mie is famed for two types of abalone. The red abalone, fetching up to $35 for a plump one, and the black abalone that I'm holding now, which costs twice as much.
These abalone grew up in Mie. These waters are very mineral-rich waters. Beyond that, they're very cold waters. Cold waters means slow growth, but slow growth for abalones means better flavor. At least that's what I'm told. I'm about to find out for myself here at this restaurant as they prepare this abalone in two different ways.
First up, abalone sashimi. With a sharp knife and swift movements, the chef pops the abalone off its shell, removes its mouth, and separates its liver. The liver, which has a dirty secret, will be saved for later. The chef lines the shell with fresh radish, carrot, and shiso leaves, then scores the raw abalone before setting it atop the vegetable bed. The sashimi arrives at our table accompanied by Suzuki.
Hey, you look ready.
I'm ready.
I'm told you are the lady of the house. I'm curious what that means.
My role here is oversight everything to make sure it's presented beautifully and eaten with like lots of gusto.
Oh.
The lady of the house, or okami, has been a revered figure in Japan's high-end restaurants since the 17th century, and she's usually the owner's wife or the owner herself. The okami is the face of hospitality, overseeing service and socializing like a hostess, welcoming visitors into her home.
A potential problem is that people in Japan are very polite and maybe they kind of don't like something, but they don't want to be forthright about it. How do you get to the core of somebody and what they truly believe about the food they're eating?
When I ask the customers, I can kind of like see into what they're actually feeling. She can see such joy on their faces and the smile. She just knows they can't be lying.
I feel like she's looking through my soul at this moment with those soft, gentle eyes. There's no way I can lie about what's coming up next.
Though to be honest, I may be tempted to lie. You'll understand why when you see what we're about to eat.
This is what I want to build up to. But first right here we have the abalone sashimi. A very simple, straightforward preparation, and it looks gorgeous. Cheers. Crunchy.
Kori-kori.
Kori-kori. Crunchy. It reminds me of a thin sliced gooey duck sashimi. It's cold, it's thin, and it's crispy. It's almost like eating tendon. Oishii. Okay, she didn't look deeply in my eyes. I'm safe for now. There's a bonus item right here. They actually cut out the raw liver. But let me tell you about the liver. The black sac under the abalone, often referred to as the liver or gut, is its digestive gland. So I think it's a lot of things in one, including probably its waste or poop. This digestive organ processes the algae and seaweed the abalone eats. So for some people, it might be a little bit too much. But I think if you're a true seafood connoisseur, you appreciate the flavor, and instead of calling it ew, you call it umami. I just thought of that, it's pretty good. Hit it with the sauce?
Yes, you may.
Oh, it's gooey. All right, cheers. Completely different, certainly not crispy or crunchy. It's gooey, it's kind of like a piece of snot. I would say it's a little bit briny and there's maybe a tiny bit of bitterness to it.
But I think people shouldn't be scared to try this dish because it's actually quite mild compared to what I thought it was gonna be like.
Sure, and soon we're gonna try an even more intense version.
For this dish, the chef first grills the abalone whole over charcoal.
Mie isn't seen as this tourist destination. At least for folks traveling internationally, everyone goes to Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto. Who are the people who are coming to Mie?
Honestly, not much foreigners. Japanese people know this spot, and the main reason they come is the Ise Shrine.
Mie is cherished as the home of Japan's holiest shrine and the birthplace of the ninja legacy.
I think this is kind of this hidden gem of Japan. It's a beautiful place. There's such a mix of rural, countryside with small developments instead of these towering high rises. If more foreign tourists discovered Mie, would that be a good thing or a bad thing?
本当に思います。
Yes, we want foreigners to come and enjoy our hospitality and also the people.
What if I moved in next to you?
家の隣に引っ越ししたら
I just want to test the limits here.
ウェルカムですよ。
After the abalone is cooked, the chef separates its liver from the meat. He finally chops the liver, then tosses it into a pan with butter and sake. After adding a pinch of salt, he stirs until each ingredient comes together to form a muddy sauce.
Is this something you've seen before or heard of before?
I've seen it and heard of it before because liver is a popularly used ingredient because Japan really wants to not waste any ingredients.
I respect it. Very briny.
It scares me.
Yeah, don't smell it too much. Should we go for it? Cheers.
生と全然違いますでしょ。
Is it different from the raw?
Everything is different. I'm surprised that it's not as dense as abalone can be. It's a nice uniform texture, but it's a little bit more tender. It's nice and soft, completely different from the hard, crunchy raw sashimi. And then, wow, that sauce has so much flavor. It is a little bit umami.
I'm never gonna get sick of that word.
とても美味しいですよね。
It's delicious. It brings out a better flavor in the abalone when we use the sauce.
Yeah, it's a little bit nutty too.
And the butter in the sauce.
Yeah, the richness of the butter amplifies the liveriness so much. It turns it up to 11. The more I eat it, the more I like it. But it is still the perfect food to have with sake. It's like you want your taste buds numbed a little bit. Balance.
After trying shellfish and abalone, the king of Mie Seafood still remains, and they call it ise ebi, the Japanese spiny lobster that costs twice the price of the American lobster. Kaya and I are here to see if it can truly compete with the best.
I want to talk about one of your most unique menu items here, and that is right here in my hands. This is the ebe tama.
Ebi dama.
Ibe?
Ebi dama.
Tama.
Yes.
I'm not going to try again.
These balls are Chef Yamamoto's innovative take on takoyaki. Takoyaki are savory fried dough balls filled with octopus. Here, instead of octopus, he uses the Mie lobster. These guys stand out for their vibrant reddish-orange armor and long spiny antennas. Sure, you can find them in some other regions, but Mie's waters are said to produce the best ise ebi. After boiling the lobsters, our chef removes the shells and shreds the meat into small pieces. Then he makes a batter using the lobster stock, 16 eggs, and flour. He fills the takoyaki pan with the batter, topping it with lobster pieces, pickled ginger, and green onion. All that's left to do is form that signature ball shape with care and precision.
He loves takoyaki, he's an avid fan, and he also loves the local lobster in the area. So he wanted to make it easy for people to get it and eat it at a reasonable price, and also because it's such a convenient size, people can just have a quick bite and enjoy the local flavors.
Love it. We have what appears to be kind of a traditional preparation. We have the balls themselves. On top of that, a sweet brown sauce and then the bonito flakes. I'm gonna give it a little dip in the mayonnaise, and then I just cannot wait to get your balls in my mouth.
Oh my gosh.
Oishi. The first flavor that hits me is the smokiness from those bonito flakes. Then there's that sweet sauce, and then you have that delicious ball. Fried, glorious, little bits of lobster meat on the inside.
I can taste the dashi in the batter, and it's so flavorful in itself.
Is a normal part of making takoyaki to put a very flavorful dashi water with the flour?
He thought of it himself.
Really?
Yeah.
These, sir, these are some good balls.
This is only the appetizer. But the ultimate lobster experience you'll find here is the ise ebi sashimi, or lobster served completely raw. But before that, a lobster roll. Not like this, but like this.
You often see shrimp get tempura, and that's essentially putting a Japanese batter on it, frying it. This is my first lobster tempura ever.
The making of the lobster roll starts with de-shelled ise ebi, coated with flour and batter, then deep fried into an oversized tempura. Chef Yamamoto mixes rice with crushed seaweed and spreads it over a sheet of nori. He tops it with shiso leaves and that lobster tempura, then rolls it with tight precision. A meal featuring ise ebi is a luxury for two reasons. One, these creatures live in deep waters, making them difficult to harvest. Two, farming them is more expensive and demanding than farming other types of lobster.
I don't know that I've ever had a sushi roll this thick.
It kind of reminds me of a Japanese futomaki, which means fat roll.
Oh, how do you say American?
Amerikaji.
Can I say futo amerikachi?
Yeah, that means fat American.
Do we give it a little bit of a dip?
Let's taste it first to honor all the natural flavors it has.
Good. I want to honor this lobster properly. It's actually really good.
That bite was perfect.
I've never had such a flavorful sushi roll in my life. He's added seasoning to the lobster, maybe to the rice too. It's got a nice taste to it.
You don't need soy sauce in this at all, actually. He did drizzle that sauce onto it. I think it's some sort of hare, which is soy sauce and sugar and vinegar stewed for a long time. So I think that also added more flavor.
Super fresh, a little bit of crunch. You gotta be quick with this because he put sauce on it and then he's putting steamy rice on it too. So if you wait too long, the crunch will dissipate completely.
I haven't seen this style actually ever. Usually rolls are really uncommon. It's more like an American thing out in the foreign West.
Are you telling me the Philadelphia roll is not Japanese?
No, I think it's from Philadelphia.
Oh my God.
Our final dish relies on the lobster's freshness and the chef's skillfulness. From the pool, the lobster goes straight to the cutting board, where it parts ways with its head. The chef carefully removes the tail meat without damaging the shell, which he uses for some plate decor. Then he chops the meat into smaller pieces, squeezes out the excess water, and reunites it with the head and tail.
Let me unveil it. Now you can see clearly. Lobster sashimi. This lobster was just moving moments ago on the actual plate that he serves the lobster on. How does that make you feel?
I feel like that honors the lobster in the best way possible.
Exactly.
I'm going to eat you in the best way possible, so thank you for your life.
I love that. Oh, if you look at the individual muscle fibers, to me resembles pomelo.
Oh my God, you're completely right. And it has the pink strings in it too sometimes. Oh.
I thought it might be more sweet. It's very neutral. There's not a lot of pungent, potent flavor there. It's very mild.
It tastes different from when it's cooked, like completely different.
Completely different.
Would we like to try it with the soy sauce?
Yeah, I think we should put a little bit of wasabi off this wasabi tree here. I suspect this is gonna just absolutely absorb that soy sauce pretty immediately. A little too much wasabi. I burned my brain a little bit. I'm all right. This is a good soy sauce.
Yeah, it's sweet. It really brought out the sweetness of the lobster, I think.
100%. It feels like it was missing something, and now it's perfect. You get a little sting, a little kick from the wasabi. It's salty, but it's nutty. It's a deep umami flavor. It's well-rounded. It's excellent. That's good.
From Mie, we dive deeper south to the final stop on this seafood journey. Welcome to Hiroshima, the land where you can find oysters the size of your hand.
What kind of oyster is this?
Here we'll follow the oyster's journey from the farm
Check out this genius engineering. I expect nothing less from the Japanese.
to the fire.
It's the most lethal cooking I've ever done on this show. And I shot a zebra with a gun.
And finally, to a fine dining feast.
This might be a dish that few people even in Japan recognize. Could you tell me about what we're about to try here? Welcome to Hiroshima, Japan's oyster capital. In fact, 2/3 of Japan's oysters come from here, Hiroshima Bay. This region is famous for its mild climate, nutrient-rich seas, and centuries-old oyster farming traditions. Right now, we've just arrived at an oyster farm, where we'll see firsthand how these shellfish are raised. Let's move. I have seen oyster farms in a couple different countries at this point. The first one I ever went to was in Vietnam. There they had these big wooden lattices with strings hanging down holding the oysters. Then I went to Virginia. There they had huge plastic containers of oysters in the water. Here, they have tons of these floating platforms holding oysters underneath. We are approaching the boat now. The sun has just come up, but these oyster farmers have been working already for hours. We've got like a pile of oysters right here.
Unlike anything I've seen before, this boat here is designed specifically for this very purpose. Extracting thousands and thousands of oysters from the sea.
Wow, this thing is massive. It's so huge. The move, it seems each rope has kind of a clamp at the bottom. They cut that off, and then all the remaining oysters plummet down onto the ship.
A boat like this hauls in 30,000 to 50,000 oysters per day, feeding into Hiroshima's massive 30,000-ton yearly export.
When they come off the rope, they look fairly unrefined. It's full of goo, plant matter. It looks a bit beat up. What kind of oyster is this?
Shimada is my guide for the day.
It's called the magaki oyster.
And Kaya is here again to bridge the gap between us.
It's a specific type of oyster, which grows in the cold winter months.
Also known as the Pacific oyster, this little overachiever was later introduced to some regions in the world for its superior quality.
How the life cycle of the oyster works.
It starts in around July to August is where the cultivation begins. And on this scallop shell, he'll put baby oysters on them.
The oysters are attached to a scallop shell.
Yes, but then they grow their own shells.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
One female can crank out up to 200 million eggs in a single go. And in just 2 years, they're fully grown and ready to harvest. Soon, I'll be sinking my teeth into some of the finest oysters you'll find anywhere, prepared in ways you can only find in Japan. Also, there's a real chance one of these might kill me.
This could be my last oyster. I hope it's a good one. Cheers.
But before this murky mollusk gets to the table, there's still a lot left to do.
All right, folks, now that we've brought our oysters back to the port, it is time for processing. Check out this genius engineering. I expect nothing less from the Japanese. We're on a boat that is also a holding vessel and a conveyor belt. So automatically, all of the oysters are coming off of here, and they're heading to a conveyor belt here, where they're sent over to the processing plant. Now, these oysters definitely will need some processing before this is going to be an actual edible food that I'd be willing to put in my mouth. And I'm somebody who's willing to put just about anything in his mouth. All the oysters have been conveyor belted up here, and this is the first step of processing. Inside of this steel drum, there's a load of water, and it's turning, mixing, and pounding those big chunks of oysters that we saw. So all the detritus, all the different seafood and shellfish are separating. From the steel drum, the oysters go on a conveyor belt, and they drop here into this giant steel cage. You just hook the cage, and the cage is now gonna move up and head into the processing facility.
Once the oysters are freed from all the gunk and grime, they head into a tank inside the factory for a purification process. Here they're soaked with filtered fresh water that was pumped from deep underground. Then they're left to sit for 24 hours until they're ready for the next step.
They get a chance to detox and get cleaned up, you know?
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
I could use that. Like me after a night of sake.
必要です。
American joke. In Japan, if you say a joke and it lands flat, just say American joke, and they're like, ha ha! After the oysters are purified from the level below, they're brought up to this level here. Then these oysters are put into this giant hopper. From the giant hopper, they drain down to the floor below, where they have a massive team of professional shuckers taking out that delicious, succulent oyster meat from each shell. But trust me, you have never seen shuckers who shuck like this. From that giant oyster hopper on the second floor, all the oysters descend down here into the shucking room. And let me tell you, these guys here are some bad mother shuckers, including Janie. Janie?
Yes?
Can I see your weapon?
Okay.
Right here, she has a blade. It's like kind of a piece of wood with a steel spike coming out of it. This is amazing because when you go online and buy a shucking tool, it looks nothing like this. Here, you can have it back. Janie, can I ask you, how many oysters can you shuck in like 1 hour?
2 buckets.
How many oysters do you think that is?
80.
That's 80?
8 kilos.
Oh, 8 kilos! I think that is at least 250 oysters, and she's doing 2 of those buckets every hour. This lady is a machine. Do you ever sometimes just sneak one oyster? Do you ever just eat one?
No, because there's a camera.
There's a camera!
Pre-shucked oysters are a big deal in Japan. Many recipes here skip the shell entirely, which makes shipping massive quantities much more efficient. But that doesn't mean they don't enjoy them the classic way too. Here, a portion of oysters are still shipped out with the shell intact.
How do you choose which ones to shuck and which ones to keep in the shell?
He divides them based on appearance. He wants to make sure that it looks nice. It's going to be relatively similar in size. For the ones that we're just shucking, appearance really doesn't matter much.
At what point in the process is somebody looking at which ones are big and which ones are small? I've not seen that yet.
Hi. After the purification process, usually the staff members will separate the large ones from the small ones. They have a circular basket net that they put them in.
For one like this, how much longer would this have to stay in the ocean?
だいたい1ヶ月ぐらいですかね。
Oh, 1 month.
Now that we've seen it all, from the farm to the factory, there's only one thing left to do.
Sorry about the way I'm sitting.
No problem.
Some would call it manspreading.
Yeah.
I would call it, my chair is the same height as the table.
We just keep it to the side.
There we go.
Light it up, light it up.
Welcome to Shimada Oyster Hut. If that name rings a bell, it's because this restaurant is directly connected to the factory.
Another level.
Once the oysters are processed, they take a short walk to where patrons can enjoy an all-you-can-eat buffet of oysters that were just chilling in the ocean water earlier this morning.
Basically what they've done here is they brought charcoal, they brought this tool for shucking, and they're like, well, good luck.
You don't actually have to shuck these.
I don't?
They'll open on their own because of the heat.
Should we just fill up the grill then?
Yes.
You know, it is a good amount of work, but it's kind of fun.
It kind of reminds me of Korean barbecue.
Yeah, true. Oh, it just blew up. One of these just exploded on me. I have the result right here. I'm not lying.
Oh yeah, they're starting to open.
I didn't know they explode when they open though. Oh, this is dangerous. I think we need goggles. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
This one has a deep crevice. 25% of them will explode onto you. You do have to watch out for that.
I was shocked.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
That one was already open and exploded.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just emotionally scarred. We have a lot of flavoring agents over here, but before we put any of that on there, I think we should try it just plain. So I think I've got all of this. Ah! Why does that keep happening?
I think the barnacles?
Oh.
Because it's the barnacle pieces that are like...
Yeah, you're right.
The little barnacles attached to the oysters get hot and highly pressurized. And just when you're trying to enjoy your next bite, they even share a warning on their website. So dine at your own risk.
Cheers. That is delicious. Smooth, almost creamy, slightly briny. It's got like a natural sweetness to it.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I think the 2-year period of it waiting really gets it that nice creaminess.
Oh, it's so good. It's just like, it doesn't need anything.
I think it's great on its own, but it also makes me curious what it tastes like with the other stuff. For Japan, in general, all of seafood, it's definitely gonna be butter and soy sauce. There's like a word for it, it's bata shoyu.
Oh, it's so good. It tastes like caramel at first for a second.
Yeah.
Because of the sweet oyster, super rich butter, and then some salt from that soy sauce, that's a delicious combination.
It brings out the umami flavor of the oysters itself.
I also love the idea that Japanese folks are taking something super healthy and turning it into something just full of butter. I mean, that's what we as Americans usually are doing.
We're getting good at it.
But there's one flavor remaining.
It is the garlic butter and cheese on top.
This actually looks amazing.
And it smells so good.
Oh, that's a winner. Even just the garlic butter is amazing.
It's eaten like with the garlic, butter, and cheese is like a way that everyone can enjoy it.
Except for lactose intolerant people.
Okay, not them.
How about watch out for our marginalized communities?
But can't they take like the medicine to...
A 9mm? They could just end it all, I guess.
No.
Soon we'll see these Hiroshima oysters turned into more complex Japanese dishes.
Is this a recipe that you still see commonly today, or is this really kind of a relic of the past?
But first, I want to understand why Hiroshima, of all places, is such a renowned region for growing oysters. Shimada Shunsuke is the man behind it all, owner and representative director of Shimada Fisheries.
Because of the river that flows through here and kind of mixes with the seawater here, that makes it the best habitat to grow these oysters. And he says, notably, the oysters here are creamier.
I have to ask you one question. Are you sick of oysters by now?
Oh yeah, he's sick of it.
We are gonna try some of your more peculiar oyster recipes, starting with this, a fried oyster.
To make this dish, start with a coat of flour. Dip it in an egg wash, then one last roll in Japanese panko, Japan's signature breadcrumbs.
Compared to the other countries, other countries eat them raw typically, but here in Hiroshima, he says there's going to be so many different recipes that you can discover.
Oh, that's good. All the liquid is basically out of it. It's got like a nice bite to it. Still tender and creamy, of course, but it really firms up once it's cooked all the way through like this. Is this mayonnaise?
It's tartar sauce and mayonnaise, basically.
Ooh, I'm gonna give this a little bit of a squirt. Oh. It's creamy, it's tangy, it's crunchy. This is like 10 out of 10. Very nice stuff. You have a very humble kitchen, but a powerful kitchen. A lot's getting done in there. I saw McDonald's is just across the road. They could start selling this. American joke.
American joke.
Thank you. This company is not just you. You come from a long lineage of oyster farmers. How far back does your family go in this industry?
1600年から
Since the 1600s.
Your family? That's wild. When did the farming begin and what did that look like?
浜辺がいるんで、そんだけの量を作ろう思う。
Back then, they didn't use the strings that we use now, but rather they kept them close to shore and they would put the oysters onto the wooden poles so it would be easier to gather. Until recently, they developed now the current method, which is so much easier, yields much more oysters. It made Hiroshima more famous for the oysters and also provide a lot of oysters to all of Japan.
中国とか。
To China and Hong Kong as well.
But who gets the best ones? Japan?
やっぱり日本ですよね。
He's like, yeah, Japan.
Good, and I say good because right here we have one more oyster dish that we're going to be trying right now.
First, the oysters get boiled with carrots in a pot of broth made from kombu kelp and bonito flakes. Once they've had their moment, rice joins the other ingredients. Then it's all topped off with Japanese mustard greens.
Its direct translation will be rice soup with oysters in them.
I love it. There's kind of a thick, cloudy broth and some rice. I'm going to try that before even going to the oyster. Oh, wow. It's interesting because it's not quite a congee or a porridge. You know, it's not overcooked to that amount, but the rice is very soft. It's insanely savory. I can't believe how savory it is without MSG.
The oysters let out its natural flavors into the broth.
Of course, the oyster itself, very tender, very soft, a very different experience from the fried oyster.
This is a good, like, palate cleanser after everything.
True. We've eaten oysters in a few different variations since we've been here, but we haven't had them raw. And actually, we were explicitly told that we can't eat the oysters here raw. And I have to ask you, why is that?
Hiroshima is the strictest place to raise oysters. They have so many regulations, which means that there are areas you can eat raw, you cannot eat raw.
Eating raw oysters can lead to Vibrio infections, bringing on serious illness or in some cases, worse.
Have you known people who have gotten sick?
I don't know that many people who got food poisoning. And that I asked, there are people you know who got food poisoning. He's like, they're just unlucky.
Can I sign a waiver and eat one raw?
Okay.
Listen, he said other people have gotten food poisoning, but not because they were bad people, because they were unlucky. Kaya?
No, I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you afraid?
A little bit.
That's all right. Cheers. It's so yummy when it's raw. That's when you get that real creaminess. Just a touch of brininess. It's so meaty. That was amazing. Maybe even life-changing. And it tasted even better because it was an exclusive taste of something that is forbidden. You will never get to experience what I just experienced. And it might be my last one ever, but I want to say, absolutely worth it. Sir?
Arigatou gozaimasu.
These are Japan's everyday oyster dishes enjoyed by all. But from here, we're heading to an exclusive kitchen, a place where money is no object, but where creating a top-tier oyster experience is everything.
Sir, put her there. Amazing to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
This might be a dish that few people even in Japan recognize.
Miyajima-yaki と言います。
It's called the Miyajima Yaki. Nowadays, no one knows where the origin of this recipe is. So he minced together oysters, green onions, and miso all together to make kind of like a paste.
These oysters have been minced?
Yes, minced.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen minced oysters before. That's very cool.
This is baked on top of the typical rice spatula that is used across Japan.
Right.
Because Miyajima Island invented this 200 years ago. That's why not only does it show the cuisine of this area, but also kind of the history behind it.
What must be done before I eat this?
You must rinse your mouth with sake to cleanse the palate.
Oh, I don't know. It's only 10:08 a.m. Okay. Oh, morning sake. So this will be my first time using a spoon to eat from an even bigger spoon. Take some of this miso paste, green onion, and diced up oysters. Oh yeah. Of course you taste the miso, it's that fermented soybean, it's full of flavor, it has a deep umami, and then you're getting those chunks of oyster in there which contribute even more flavor, even more umami. It's just like a pure flavor paste.
This would go really good with rice.
You could smear this on anything.
Yeah.
I'm so tempted just to eat from the big spoon, but I'll be polite.
Oh.
I have a little bit left. I didn't know I was supposed to leave some. I thought that would have been rude.
Coming up next, a French-inspired dish called atsu atsu. It's built around a ball of rice, a single oyster, lily pulps, plantain lilies, and ostrich fern, all tucked into a piping hot ceramic bowl. Then comes the sauce, made with starch, salt, mirin, soy sauce, and kombu dashi. Then it's tossed in an oven until it's cooked all the way through.
This is not an onsen, not a hotel. It's a
Ryokan. A hotel is more for like staying overnight. It's not really an experience, but a ryokan is definitely an immersive experience in my opinion. Once you enter, it's like you're going back in time. And something really notable is you take your shoes off when you enter.
True. Moments ago, we were eating fried oysters, like something you would find at a state fair in the USA. And then this, something decadent, very premium looking. It's a single oyster. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Let's go for it. The oyster itself is delicious.
The seasonal ingredients that he used has more of a peppery flavor to it, so it adds like a different dimension. The rice is cooked perfectly too.
Thank God the owner is not here right now. He won't see me scraping to the bottom of this. Good. So that is kind of our appetizer, but right here we have the oyster nabe, or hot pot.
Into a pot of boiling kelp, the chef drops in white cabbage, chrysanthemum greens, Japanese mustard greens, and finally, the star of Hiroshima, the oysters.
When I heard oyster hot pot, maybe I was expecting more something like I would see in Vietnam, like a bunch of stuff just thrown in one pot. This is so organized, and it feels so Japanese. They're like, what? We're not gonna just mix all these ingredients together.
You can take the ingredients and put it into your own dish.
These are some real plump oysters here.
They're really fat.
Okay, very simple.
Very light.
Almost just watery, and it's just taking on some of the flavor of the ingredients in there, especially the cabbage. I'm gonna take some of this cabbage, hit it with a little bit of sauce.
Soy sauce, kombu dashi. There's also ponzu in here.
Right, like a little bit of citrus?
Yes.
Oh, and then there's these local greens. Wow, this is such a bright sauce.
Yes.
Slightly sour, a little savory. I think we should jump right here to the oyster. This is gonna be incredible. God, it's a tremendous mix between being kind of meaty, hearty, it's got a bite to it, but it's still a bit creamy, it's still tender, and it's got some of that brininess has washed out a bit, and then it just soaks up this citrusy ponzu sauce.
It's a perfect pairing, these